Okay, hello everyone. So today we are talking about why do we need modulation during transmission. We know modulation is essential during the transmission of a signal. So what is the modulation? We want to transmit our data signal such as conversation over the phone or music from radio. We need to carry waves to deliver our data signal. In general, the frequency of carrier wave is higher than that of data signal wave. Modulation is the process of imposing of a data signal wave into the carrier wave. In the other word, modulation is process of changing some property such as amplitude or frequency of a carrier wave with data signal wave as an input. So modulation is the process of encoding information in a transmit signal, while the modulation is the process of extracting information from the transmit signal. So modulation is the process of converting data into electrical signal optimized for transmission. So why do we need modulation during transmission? Okay. Before we are get into the technical detail, let me show you about an experience which everyone has had before. If we try to throw a paper far away from us, the paper would not go far from us. Even we try to to throw and use the strong power. However, we can throw it over the farthest distance if we wrap a stone with it and throw them together. Data signal is like this paper and stone like the carrier wave. And modulation is like we are wrapping a stone with a paper so that we can throw it together in a way we want. So modulation is the packing for signal contain information onto another signal, which usually has constant and much high frequency. Communication that does not use the modulation is called baseband communication, and the one that use modulation technique is called carrier modulation. The signal that is modulated is called the baseband signal or modulating signal, and the high frequency signal with the baseband signal is modulated is called carrier signal. The modulated signal now containing the information present in the original signal can be transmitted from one place to another, and the original information recovered at the destination. So here, so now we are coming through the several key reasons. So here we have 11 key reasons. One is data signal wave. Data signal wave such as chat or conversation or music is a low frequency signal wave. Low frequency wave is more susceptible or interferent than high frequency wave. Modulation make the data signal wave a higher frequency wave. Point number 2, high frequency. High frequency reuse of antenna size, high frequency transmission. Higher frequency signal requires smaller antenna. By modulating a low frequency baseband signal onto a high frequency carrier, the physical size of antenna required for transmission and reception is significantly reduced, making it practical for use in consumer devices like radio, TV, and mobile phone. Point number 3, low frequency signal. So low frequency signal would require a much larger size antenna at the receiving end. Modulation would reduce the antenna size with the increase of wave frequency. Point number 4, improve signal propagation. Long distance transmission, high frequency signal can travel long distance with less attenuation compared to low frequency signal. Modulation onto high frequency carrier ensure that the signal can be transmitted over long distance without significant loss. Reduce noise and interference. Certain frequency bands are less prone to noise and interference. By choosing an appropriate carrier frequency, the transmitted signal can be made more robust against noise and the other form of interference. Point number 5, efficient use of spectrum. Frequency allocation. Different communication channels can be transmitted simultaneously without interference. By modulating them onto different carrier frequency, this allows for efficient use of a variable frequency spectrum. Multiplexing. Modulation enables techniques such as frequency division multiplexing, where multiple signals are transmitted over different frequency bands on the same channel. Increase the channel capacity. Point number 6, bandwidth utilization. In a inefficient bandwidth usage, modulation technique can be designed to use the available bandwidth efficiency. For instance, higher order modulations scheme like QAM, quadrature amplitude modulation, can transmit more bits per symbol, increase the data rate within a given bandwidth. Adaptive modulation. Modern communication system can be adapt the modulation scheme based on the channel condition, optimizing the balance between data rate and reliability. Point number 7, signal multiplexing. Multiple access technique. Modulation is the basic for multiple access technique like time division multiple access, code division multiple access, and orthogonal frequency division multiple access, which allow multiple users to share the same physical channel without significant interference. So point number 8, better signal to noise ratio, SNR. Noise immunity. Certain modulation techniques provide a better immunity against noise and improve the signal to noise ratio, leading to clear reception and high data integrity. For example, frequency modulation is less susceptible to amplitude noise compared to amplitude modulation. Point number 9 is also signal processing. Modulation and detection modulate signal are easier to process and detect the receiver. Techniques such as correlate and non-correlate demodulation allow the retrieval of original message signal from modulate carrier. Error detection and correction modulation facilitates the implementation of error detection and correction schema enhanced in reliability of data transmission. Point number 10, compatibility with transmission medium. Media characteristic. Different transmission media such as coaxial cable, optic, and free space have different characteristics and require different modulation technique to optimize signal transmission. And point number 11, security is another reason in many cases. With modulation, data signal is kind of hidden inside carrier well. So here are the 11 key reasons that why we need modulation during transmission. So that's all for this question. Thank you.